It was a Wednesday morning, the same Wednesday it always comes, and a 71-year-old woman in Ohio sat at her kitchen table waiting for a deposit that simply never showed up. No phone call, no letter, no warning, just an empty space in her bank account where her federal benefit payment was supposed to be. She wasn't behind on anything. She hadn't done anything wrong. She had simply missed one small update that millions of seniors across this country are still missing right now in 2026 without even knowing it. And by the time most people find out what went wrong, the damage is already done. Stick with me for the next few minutes, because by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly what is changing with direct deposit this year, why some seniors are getting caught off guard, and the steps that can keep your payments safe, on time, and out of the hands of the wrong people. My name is Lana Maines, and I am here to represent taxpayers directly in front of the Internal Revenue Service. Before we get into it, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. What I am covering today is the direct deposit changes that could delay or block your federal payment this June. This is exactly the kind of information I track, so you don't have to. Starting June 2026, if your federal payment is still arriving by paper check, it stops. No replacement check gets mailed. No automatic transfer happens in its place. The money simply does not arrive. The federal government's own data shows fewer than 1% of beneficiaries are still receiving paper checks right now, which means almost every senior watching this has already made the switch. But here's the problem. Making the switch and making it correctly through the right channel with verified account information are two completely different things. And the gap between those two situations is exactly where three separate changes are now converging, all of them landing before the end of June 2026, all of them affecting your payment directly. Change 1, the mandatory electronic enrollment deadline. The first change is the one that sounds the most administrative and carries the most immediate risk. Take a woman named Patricia. She is 71, a retired home health aide in Columbus, Ohio, who had received the same paper check at the same address for 11 years. She assumed the electronic transfer that replaced it 3 years ago was still current. It was not. The bank account she had used was closed after a merger. Patricia did nothing wrong. The payment simply did not arrive in June. For decades, the federal benefit payment system operated on paper. Checks were printed, addressed, and mailed. The system was slow, expensive, and according to the government's own published data, paper checks are 16 times more likely to be lost, stolen, or fraudulently redirected than electronic direct deposit payments. That is not a contested statistic. That is the documented basis for this entire transition. The federal government has been moving beneficiaries to direct deposit for years. What changes in June 2026 is the finality of it. The paper disbursement infrastructure is being wound down. The target is 0% paper checks, not reduced, eliminated. And for the fraction of beneficiaries still receiving them, that deadline is not a suggestion. Here is what both groups need to understand. For the lower income senior whose entire monthly budget depends on that payment arriving on time, electronic direct deposit is actually more reliable, more traceable, and more protected than the paper system it replaces. For the comfortable retiree who has kept a paper check as a secondary option, the enforcement of this deadline removes that option entirely. Confirming enrollment now is the only way to avoid a missed payment. Both groups need to confirm their enrollment status before June, not after. Here is the mistake that costs people: assuming that because your payment has been arriving electronically, your enrollment is confirmed and current. Bank account changes, routing number updates, and closed accounts can all create a broken link in the system without any immediate notification. You will not know the enrollment has lapsed until the payment fails to arrive. That leads directly into the second change, because the enrollment confirmation process itself has become the primary target. Change 2, the new banking verification requirements. The tightening of banking verification requirements tied to this transition is where the real danger lives right now. You will never be told this by the agency. The official process requires seniors to confirm their routing number, their account number, and their identity through a verified channel. That is not new. What is new is that scammers have mapped this process in granular detail and are now impersonating it step by step. Here is how it works. A senior receives a phone call. The caller identifies as a representative of the dispersing agency. The caller explains that due to the June 2026 system transition, the senior's account information needs to be reconfirmed to ensure uninterrupted payment. The caller has the senior's name. Sometimes they have the last four digits of the account. They sound official, they sound urgent, and then they ask for the full routing number, the full account number, or in some cases, a one-time verification code that was just sent to the senior's phone. Pause for a moment and open your account. Not a statement from last month, the actual current account with the routing number visible. Look at it, because what I am about to tell you about who is allowed to ask for that number is the most important thing in this video. A legitimate federal dispersing agency will contact you by mail for account verification, not by phone, not by text, not by email. The phone is where the fraud lives. If a caller is asking you to confirm financial account information to protect your payment from being interrupted, that caller is not the agency. That is the mechanism. The verification rule is simple. You initiate, they do not. Any outbound contact asking you to the agency will never call you to ask for it. Now, the Social Security Administration's own fraud investigators have identified a pattern they see again and again. They call it the 4 keys: pretend, problem, pressure, and payment. A scammer will pretend to be someone official. Then they will present a problem, a suspended benefit, flagged account, or urgent review. Once they have your attention, they apply pressure with a deadline, usually 24 to 48 hours, and finally comes the payment request. Your routing number, account number, social security number, or a verification code. Every version of this fraud follows that sequence. Everyone. If you are in a conversation that follows that arc, you are not talking to the agency. End the call. So here's what I want you to do. The exemptions, the breaks, the refunds, most seniors already qualify for but never claim. I put them all in one place, state by state, form by form, so you don't waste hours digging through government sites. Everything's laid out fast and simple, so any senior can find exactly what applies to them. No matter what state you're in, there's money you're leaving on the table. It's called the Senior Exemption Playbook. It's in the first pinned comment right below this video. Just tap it once and you'll have everything you need. Now stay right here, because the last change is the one that creates the most dangerous window of all, and it's the reason I made this whole video. Change 3, the payment schedule restructuring. This is the change that almost no one has been warned about clearly, and it is the most dangerous of the 3. Not because of what it does to your payment, but because of the window it opens for someone else to do something to your payment. Under the old paper check system, payment dates were fixed the same date month after month for years. Beneficiaries built their entire monthly financial schedule around that date. Rent, utilities, prescriptions, everything timed to the arrival of that check. Under the fully electronic system, disbursement schedules are being restructured. Some seniors will see their payment arrive on a different date than they have received it for years. Not because the payment was missed, not because there is a problem, but because the electronic processing calendar operates differently than the paper disbursement calendar. Here is why this matters more than the first 2 changes combined. That confusion window. The 2 or 3 days when a payment has not yet arrived and the beneficiary does not know why is the highest value moment in the fraud calendar. Scammers know this window exists. They call into it deliberately. The senior is already anxious. The caller offers a resolution, the trap closes, and the system that used to give people, banks, and fraud monitors more time to catch something strange before damage was done. The processing time on account changes has also been shortened significantly. Updates that used to take 30 days now go through in as little as 1 business day. That speed works in your favor when you need a legitimate change made fast, but it also means a fraudulent redirect can take effect just as quickly. The margin for catching a mistake after the fact is smaller than it has ever been. You will never be told about this window in any official communication. So here is exactly what to do. Your protection protocol before June. Step 1, confirm your enrollment status. Go directly to the official government benefits portal. Do not use a link from a text or email. Search the program name plus official enrollment verification. Confirm your current account information is on file and accurate. Step 2, verify your routing and account numbers are current. If you changed banks in the last 18 months, log into your account, confirm both numbers, and update them through the official portal only. Step 3, find out your new payment date. The restructured schedule may move your payment by 1 to 3 business days. Get the new date from the official disbursement calendar, not from a caller, not from a text. Write it down and set a calendar reminder. Step 4. Build a 3-day rule. If your payment has not arrived by your expected date, wait 3 full business days before taking any action. Most delays in the new system resolve within that window. Acting inside that window is exactly when the fraud finds you. Step 5. If you need to call, use only the number on your official benefit card or on official documentation you already have. Not a number a caller gave you, not a number from a search result that could be a spoofed listing. The number you already have. It is also worth setting up a personal online account directly through the official Social Security website if you have not done so already. Once that account exists, any attempt to change your address or your direct deposit information triggers an alert sent straight to you. That means if someone tries to redirect your payment, you find out about it almost immediately rather than discovering it weeks later when your deposit simply does not show up. It also makes it significantly harder for someone to create a fraudulent account in your name because that spot is already taken by you. If setting up an online account feels overwhelming, ask a trusted family member to sit with you for 15 or 20 minutes and help you get it done. Once it is set up, it works quietly in the background to protect you without you having to do anything else. Get into the habit of checking your bank account around the time your payment is expected each month. Most retirees know roughly which day to expect their deposit. If that day comes and goes and the money is not there, do not assume it is a simple delay and wait quietly for days. Call your bank first out an issue on their end. If your bank confirms nothing came through, contact the agency directly through a number you find yourself on the official government website. The early